And before we get started, I wanted to clarify a few things about getting tarot card readings. I want to caution against knee-jerk reactions. And when you see something that seems incredibly good, incredibly bad, you don't want to take action right away. You want to meditate and make sure that you're making the right action. For me, there are 3 reasons to get a tarot card reading. One is to look ahead and see where we can invite good things into our lives a little bit more easily, or avoid the obstacles that may be coming down the line. So, you know, it increases awareness. 2, it clarifies a decision that you are already in the middle of. For instance, perhaps you have been in a lot of pain for a long time with a certain person, you're thinking of ending it. Well, a tarot card reading can confirm whether or not you're doing the right thing by ending that particular association. And 3, also, it can help us become more self-aware about the things about ourselves that we would need to improve, where we need to possibly try a little harder, or maybe we're coming across a certain way. And a tarot card reading will help us to take a look at those things and maybe become a little bit more self-aware. And these are the objectives that I am attempting to convey with my tarot card readings. I want them to be helpful. I want them to be insightful and really make your life better, not to scare you or to make you think that something doomy and gloomy is coming down the line, you know. If you just lift your head, you can see that pothole up the street and you can avoid it. And that's, to me, what a tarot card reading is. It's lifting your head. It's not walking with your head in the clouds. It's being aware and making an effort to become more aware. It's just a tool. Hello Libra, welcome to Dragonfly Soul Tarot. This is Dot with your 2018 money and financial outlook. I am going to draw 1 card for every month of the year and then throw another one on top of that. So we're going to go around 2 times. Alright, so are we ready? Let's get started. So January is the 8 of Swords. February is the Ace of Wands. March is the Knight of Pentacles. April is the Knight of Swords. May is the 3 of Swords. June is the 2 of Cups. July is the 4 of Pentacles. August is the High Priestess. September is the 6 of Cups. October is Justice. November is the Queen of Wands. December is the Tower. Oh dear, okay, we'll have to look at that later. So we'll start with January again. We have the Hierophant. February is the Page of Cups. March is the 7 of Swords. April is Judgment. May is the 9 of Cups. June is the Hermit. July is the Wheel of Fortune. August is the 4 of Cups. September is the Queen of Swords. October is the 10 of Wands. November is the Sun. And December is the King of Swords. Libra, what is going on? We have some serious combinations here. Let's take a closer look, okay? So there is a situation where you are bound by some rules and regulations. You are looking to move forward in some direction, but it is a lot of red tape, a lot of paperwork, a lot of fine details to take care of, and a lot of rules that you don't agree with, and you are really wondering if this is a viable option for you financially after all. You want to do better this year in terms of your money situation, but you're going to have to stick to the tried and true. There's not going to be any it's not a good idea to get into any get-rich-quick schemes, although in the future, in the few months coming up ahead, there may be some sort of alliance that can help you out, but in the meantime, you're just going to have to look for the tried and true ways of making money. So in February, we do see some sort of opportunity. This message comes in which you, and it's probably something online, so it is possible that it is some sort of newsletter that you receive, and this really sparks your attention as something that you might want to do to increase your bottom line. It seems to be from some sort of trusted source. It's not spam or anything like that. Something that you signed up with has really stoked your fire here. So you have been looking for a way to increase your net worth outside the ways of ordinary avenues of financial increase. But you have been successful, but there's this opportunity that comes up in February from some sort of online source or some sort of message, some sort of mail that you think that it might be a really good way for you to incorporate into your life to make some extra money. So in March, we have the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, if I gave you a caution earlier on these years to follow the rules, then the Seven of Swords is ignoring that caution. Okay, as I said before, don't get involved in get-rich-quick schemes. Making real money is going to take determination and a long time, an adequate amount of time. It's like the old adage, the overnight success only takes 10 years, right? So if this is an indication of your mindset, then you are going to be in for a rude awakening when you realize how much work it is to pursue this thing. Okay, because a lot of people think that online internet marketing is an easy thing. You slap up a website and then everybody's going to rush to that website and give you money. But it's not that easy. You want to make sure that you are okay with the things that you do on a deeper level. Okay? Don't compromise your ethics just for some money, because you may end up regretting it. You may end up going down a street that is a dead end, and it can be extremely unsatisfying 5 years down the road when you are making a lot of money, but what you're doing is you find out that it's hurting people, or it is something that is polluting the environment, or something that you are really not okay with. So this is the point that you want to examine your motives for making this extra money, and making sure that it aligns with your ethics, because the cards are concerned that you may be taking shortcuts or looking into avenues of financial remuneration where you will be unhappy with the resulting business, okay? This is what you want. You want stability, you want some more money coming in, and for you to be able to enjoy your financial freedom without having to worry where the next paycheck comes from. Well, you don't want to compromise your ethics, though, because you may end up one of those people that have everything they want but end up very unhappy as a result. So yes, there's a couple of cautions here, Libra, for doing things in the most ethical manner, because you are an ethical person. Okay, so in April we have the Knight of Swords and Judgment. Now, Judgment is the resurrection of something that you thought was put to rest. Is it this project that came to you in February? I'm not sure. But it's something that you put behind, and you seem to be charging full steam ahead with it and jumping in with both feet. I say it's not a bad thing as long as you're not risking anything that you aren't willing to lose. So, and also, see, the Knight of Swords is, you know, it could have been the Knight of Wands that always does things in an ethical manner, but the Knight of Swords is not above being sneaky or cutting down someone else to move themselves forward. So there's that caution there again, Libra, to always do things on the up and up. Okay? All eyes are on you. Your efforts are going to be tested here at this point. I'm wondering if this is some sort of legal issue, like copyrights issue, or something that you want to, property rights, creative rights, music, something like that, because why do I see a lawsuit? Are you suing somebody? Libra, as I said before, if you are incorporating others' intellectual property into your business, make sure you do it properly, or you could end up being on the receiving end of some sort of lawsuit. Okay, so be careful there, Libra. This is just a caution. You know, if you are going to be starting a web page, make sure your graphics and music are used properly, and credit is given, and copyright payments are made to the proper people so that it doesn't come back to haunt you in the end. A lot of people think that it's okay to use others' music, but there are definitely specific guidelines and rules about doing that sort of thing, okay? And it could really harm your business or sideline or whatever it is that you're pursuing to make more money if you ignore those guides and regulations, okay? So there's a lot of caution in your reading here, to make sure that you do things right, and if you're incorporating others' intellectual property into your work, you want to make sure that it's done to specification in order to avoid copyright issues and litigation. Okay, Libra? So let's look at May and see what is going on. There is some sort of disappointment that you're dealing with at this point, and yet we have the Nine of Cups, which is the wish card. These two cards are kind of opposing in energy, because one is giving and getting what you wanted, and the other is being disappointed. Is it possible that something that you are the one who is suing someone and you get what you wanted, but it really doesn't give you any satisfaction? With these two cards together, I see something, there's a victory that you have been pursuing over someone else to get maybe your rights noticed, or to whatever victory this is, whatever it is that you wanted, that you got, it's not giving you any pleasure. It's really, you're taking it very hard, Libra. So, you know, the cautions have been there since January, so at this point there's really nothing that you can do about it. Just keep in mind that by hurting other people, by stepping on other people, sometimes we will end up getting stepped on in other ways. So whatever you are wishing for, make sure it's ethical and on the up and up, because gaining something at someone else's expense is no victory. That's what I see. Gaining something at someone else's expense, and it's or somebody gaining something over you at your expense. You know, either way, somebody wins and somebody loses. And actually, somebody wins and both people lose, right? Because whoever has done this this winning is not getting any satisfaction out of it either. So whoever loses is feeling bad. Whoever wins is feeling bad. It's a lose-lose situation. Okay, so look out, be on the lookout for situations that might be lose-lose. If you find yourself that you're in a situation where this kind of outcome could occur, try to open the lines of communication. If there's a lawyer involved, let him or her know that you don't want a lose-lose situation. It's really difficult to say because there has been this underlying current of caution, of being ethical to get what you want and not stepping on other people's rights. It seems to be an issue of rights here. Somebody's rights are getting trampled at the cost of someone else's happiness. So please, I urge you, Libra, don't take this stuff seriously if you're putting together a website. Okay, so in June, we have the Two of Cups and the Hermit, and it seems to me like you are withdrawing from the situation with someone whom you care about. Maybe you're going on a little getaway someplace, a little cabin in the woods, or a little secluded resort down south where you can just be alone with your thoughts and try to find out how to consolidate this event. You're going to kind of put it out of your mind and concentrate on other things, like being with someone you care about. If there's not a partnership in your life at this time, you may, take off to be by yourself and end up running into someone that could become a significant romantic partner as well. But at this point, you are putting aside all this struggle for financial advancement and possibly disappointment at finding out that the rules and regulations are much more strict and confining than you anticipated. Okay, so just take a little break from it and come back, and maybe things will look different when you get back, because there is a big opportunity coming up, involving great risk. And what have we been talking about thus far, Libra? No risk this year, okay? Just stick to the tried and true and do everything by the book, because it seems to me like someone is just waiting to pounce. All right, remember these two cards here, the no-win situation? Someone is just waiting to pounce, and they may want to make you an example, because that does happen. They say, well, you know, this doesn't seem like a big deal, and a lot of people are doing it, but let's just make an example of this person, and then they can, then we can show everybody how serious we are by what we did to this person. Okay, so in July, you are holding on to your assets, and even though this big project comes in, this big iffy, suspiciously risky project comes in, you are being cautious. Good for you, Libra. Always do your research, of course. I will say that. Tarot is a tool to help us avoid obstacles, to help us make decisions where we are stuck between two decisions, and to get us to know ourselves better. But it is not a replacement for good, solid research on practical things in your life. Okay, so if this project seems too good to be true, it probably is. And here you are, hanging on to your money, saying, I'm not going to risk it. I am just going to take the safe road. And that would be your best bet for this year, okay, Libra? All right, so far we have been inundated with cautions about being safe rather than sorry. In August, though, we have some sort of secret that we are keeping. We are holding our cards close to our chest, and people may be approaching us wanting to know what the heck we're up to. But Libra, you are keeping some secrets. Okay, you are doing things, and you are, and you know, many business owners are advised to do that. Don't go blabbing to everybody how wonderful your business idea is. Just keep it to yourself, work on it steadily, and you know, when people come asking what is it that you're doing, just brush it off, and you know, they don't need to know all the ins and outs of what you're up to. As long as it's on the up and up, it will be successful. Okay, so in August, we're dealing with this energy, this critical energy coming in from the past. Someone, perhaps this person here, is getting to be a bit of a pain in your neck again. So be advised that you are going to be called on to keep your cool, to not fly off the handle, and you know, keep your own counsel, because it seems to me like no matter what you do, this person or this entity wants to undermine your attempts. So that's probably why the cautions are there, because someone or something is working against you. Someone doesn't care for your success, okay? So you are going to have to take some extra precautions to keep it under your hat until you can get a foothold in whatever else it is that you're doing. And it could also be a job, right? A job application where somebody doesn't want to see you move forward in a company, and they are undermining your efforts. They may be sabotaging you. So be careful about whom you trust, okay? And this is the caution that comes from the High Priestess as well. Keep your own counsel. Don't let people, especially nosy people, know what you're up to, because there is some interference from outside. Okay, so we have the Ten of Wands and Justice in October. It looks to me like you are finally getting, because of your caution, because of your perseverance, because of your not trusting the wrong people, you are going to be moving ahead in October with whatever it is that has been stalled for so long. You receive justice in your favor. You will be judged in your favor. So if there was a lawsuit against you, just hang tight and do everything you can to work towards a favorable judgment, because it is coming. It's going to be a lot of work, but you can do it. Okay, because you are in the right. Whatever is going on, this no-win situation, okay, it is unfair to you, and you are the one who will succeed if you stand up and fight, okay? And what you have to gain in November is the absolute job of your dreams, the absolute business, the absolute career of your dreams. You are cultivating the energy of the Queen of Wands. She is fiery, she is determined, she perseveres, and she gets what she wants. And you will too, okay? Now, in the final two cards of the year, we have the King of Swords and the Tower. So, yeah, what can I say about these two cards? You've been working so hard this year to get strife behind you, to get a foothold, and finally it seemed like everything was going super well for you. You even had a proper judgment in this lawsuit or whatever it was. But it's not over yet, okay? This guy, he's coming back out of the blue, and you're going to have to deal with him one more time, one last time. Once and for all, it seems, though, because the Tower, once the Tower is over, it is resolved for good, okay? I'm sorry to have these two cards as the final outcome for you, Libra. It's going to be a challenge at the end of the year. I want to draw the next card and see the Strength card so that you can deal with whatever this is that kind of blindsides you at the end of the next year. Something that comes back and tries to take your footing out from underneath you. I know that you have the strength to withstand whatever comes up, okay? Just remember, follow the rules all year long, whatever you're doing. Keep the faith, and don't fall for any get-rich-quick schemes. As long as you stick to the tried and true, you will be fine. You will maintain the status quo. You will even have some increases in you will have some increases and triumphs in the latter half of the year, but there is interference. Someone is working at cross purposes from you, and you want to make sure that they don't have a leg to stand on when they are coming at you. So A bit of a challenging year, Libra. I'm sure you can handle it. Let me know how this pans out for you. Please, if you enjoy my style of reading, make sure you tell 2 friends. They may need to have this information at hand as well. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking my videos and commenting. I love to hear your comments. Libra, I know it's going to be a tough one, but you can handle it. You are very, very strong. I've known a few Libras in my life, and I have nothing but respect for Libras. So I hope you enjoyed that. Join me again next week. Thank you.